Good morning, students. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this session on constructing class numbers for the main class literature in colon classification 6th edition reprint. And I can say that literature is a very special main class, a feature which doesn't lie in any other main class. Maybe this is only one main class, the entire colon classification that has got 4 levels of personality. You know very well, personality is a facet among 5 fundamental categories enunciated by Dr. S.R. Ranganathan. And this particular facet called personality may manifest more than once in the same subject, and at the same time, within every round, it can have more than one level also. That is why we have, for the literature main class O, the formula goes this way. Main class plus P, P2, P3, P4. You see, all these four personalities are 4 levels of the first round of personality. Fine. Okay. So, Ranganathan talked about 4 important components that are required for classifying most of the titles in literature. What are the 4 components? One is literature. When you talk about literature, the most important thing, the first and foremost thing what you need to consider is the language. The language in which that particular literature is published by the author. So language is the first important criteria. And second one is, what is the form? So you say Tamil language, or English language, or French, or Spanish literature, any literature. But what is the form? Whether the book, what you have in your hands, whether it is a poem, it is a prose, it is a drama. So what kind of form is this? That is second question. And third question is the author. So who is the author who has produced this particular book? Who is the brain behind the creation of this beautiful literary work? You need to identify the author. Fine. And the fourth one, once the author is found out, the last one is we have to individualize, we have to identify the exact literature which is being described by you. The work contributed by that particular individual author. Fine. So these are the 4 important components required for constructing class number in literature. Ranganathan has got a sequence, an order for all these 4 important components. What are they? Language, forms, author, and work. And these 4 are the fundamental categories which are arranged in this particular order. You can ask the question, sir, is there any principle behind the organization of these 4 personalities? Of course. You know very well, one personality appears more than once, or any fundamental category for that matter. If more than one P, more than one M, more than one energy, any subject, then Ranganathan has suggested some principles for facet sequence. After 2 P's, which P is to be written first and which one should be written second? So there is a principle called wall picture principle that decides language is the first component. Without language, no literature can be produced. So language is the first one. If language is there, then form. If form is there, then author. If author is there, the author's individual work. So unless we have a wall, there is no picture. The same way, unless you have P, there is no P2. If there is no P2, there is no P3. If there is no P3, there is no P4. Imagine, if there is no language, there is no literature. If there is a language, then there is a possibility of having many forms of literature. If language is there, many forms are there, then we have some authors who would be contributing their literary forms. If authors are there, then every author may contribute 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 or 20 articles or 20 proses, 20 poems, 20 chapters, 20 essays, 20 fictions. Then we need to individualize all the items. So these four are the four components of main class literature. Let us check them one by one. Okay. And before we proceed further, please understand the connecting symbol that is to be used here. See, main class and the personality, there is no connecting symbol between O, main class, and P1. So we don't write as P1, we write only P. That is implied. So there's no, as we had already known and discussed, there is no symbol between main class and the personality. But there is a comma, there is a connecting symbol between P and P2, which is comma. And there is no symbol between P2 and P3, but there is a comma, a connecting symbol between P3 and P4. So that's what Ranganathan has given in page number 2.94 in his colon classification book. So we need to have two commas, one between P and P2, the other between P3 and P4. Fine. Okay. So you can ask the question, sir, you told about four components. How to derive these four components? Where are they available? Fine, good question. So main class, P stands for language. So you need to identify whether for example, you have got a story book. First of all, you should identify which language does it belong to. That is what the P is. Where to get the P's? So all the languages are arranged in page number 2.26 and 2.27. If you go to language schedule, you'll get the number for all the languages that can be added to the main class O that forms the titles. Fine. For example, we have 111 is English language. As I got it from 2.26 and 2.27. I'm just adding it to O main class, and that becomes O111 English literature. In the same way, 0152 Hindi literature, O122 French literature, O31 Tamil literature, O35 Telugu literature. So main class and personality, when you're adding a personality to main class, there is no need for the connecting symbol. So main class P. That is what the answer you got for all these titles. The titles which have O as a main class and the number for the language, that is taken from the language schedule, which is available on two pages, 2.26 and 2.27. So main class O followed by the language number taken from the language schedule. So that is what first piece, P1, that's piece. Fine. Okay. So we know now, whenever title on literature is given to us, we know very well where to go and collect the P, first P, that stands for language. Good. Then we move on to second one, P2. As I told you, P2 stands for forms enumerated. What are the forms? The item, what you have, maybe a prose, maybe a fiction, maybe a drama, maybe an oration, maybe a letter, or it can be of any forms. But where are the forms given? Ranganathan has listed all the forms in page number 2.94 in the main class O. If you go there, you'll be able to identify, I think 6 to 7 forms are given by Dr. S. R. Ranganathan. 1 stands for poetry, 2 for drama, 3 for fiction. That way it goes on. So if you want a number for any form of literature, you have to go to page number 2.94, and from there you can collect the numbers for the forms. So the numbers are enumerated. What is enumerated? It is given by the person who created this classification scheme, who is none other than Dr. S. R. Ranganathan. It is given there. That means you need not go and search it somewhere else. It is given in the main schedule itself. So this is main class O, this is P, and this is P2. What is symbol between P and P2? You need to have a comma. You need to have a comma. Please understand, when you have a main class, a P and a P2, how you're going to synthesize it? Main class and personality, no connecting symbol. but there is a context symbol between P and P2. So main class P comma P2. Good. Okay. So main class is O and P is taken from language. P is taken from language and P2 is taken from the forms. Where are they? In page number 2.94. Fine. So that way you can collect numbers for the language and numbers for form, and you can construct class numbers. Okay. What are the class numbers you can see here? English poetry. How to form a number for English poetry? So when you read this title, English poetry, you come to understand that this particular title is to be placed in the main class called literature. So what you do once you find that, you go and write O. Fine. Then comes this is first thing which is to be considered, the language. What's the language? English. Where to find out the number for language? Please go to 2.26 and 2.27, and I found that the number for English is 111. Okay, the number for English is 111. That is P I written. Then comes poetry. Where to find out the number for poetry? Please go to page number 2.94. Under P2, you can see all the forms of literature are enumerated. So what's the number poetry? Number 1. So comma 1. So main class O. 111 stands for English language, P factor. Then comes a comma, and then 1. This 1 stands for poetry, which is taken from page number 2.94. Fine. In the same way, let us see other examples, please. Let us calm down a little bit. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now let us consider it now. You see, Hindi drama. What's the title? Hindi drama. So it's a literature. You write O. Number for Hindi language is 152. I have taken it from page number 2.26, 2.27. Then I have inserted a comma as a correcting symbol. Then drama. Where to get the number for this drama? Literary form. Go to page number 2.94. The number for drama is 2. So write 2. So there is no symbol between main class and P, but there is a symbol between P and P2, which is comma. Fine. Good. Then comes, let's move on to the next one. We have French fiction. So O is the main class. 1, 2, 2 French. Then comma. Then 3 stands for fiction. Fine. Then Tamil poetry. O is the main class. 3, 1 stands for Tamil language. Comma. 1 stands for poetry. Telugu fiction. O stands for main class. 3, 5 stands for Telugu language. 3 stands for fiction. So this O is the main class. Okay. I think main class. 3, 5 is the P. P is nothing but the language, which are taken from page number 2.26, 2.27. Then comes 3. 3 stands for P2, which is nothing but form. What is the form of the literature? Where is the form available? Forms numbers are given on page number 2.94. Fine. I think it's clear to you. Whenever you get a main class O with two fundamental ideas called 1 minute. Yes. When you get two ideas, maybe like something like language and then forms, you can use this particular formula. Main class P, comma P2. This is a formula. First, you write the main class O, followed by the language number taken from the page number 2.26 and 2.27. And then you have to insert a comma, followed by the forms of literature, which can be poetry, drama, fiction, oration, prose, all those things. They are taken from page number 2.94. So we have understood now the main class O has got 4 levels of personality. We have P, we have P2, we have P3, and we have P4. Four levels are there. And I told you P is to be taken from the language and P2 is to be taken from the main class O, where all the forms are enumerated. Okay, yes. So that's about the first two levels of personality in main class O. So the next session, we will discuss about what are the other levels of personality and how we can construct numbers using other two levels also. Okay.